Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out a video titled "Is Denmark the best country in the world?" If you disagree, let me know in the comment section. If you agree, let me know in the comment section as well. But either ways, man, if you guys want to recommend anything for me to react to, there will be a link in the comment section. I'll pin that comment, and all you got to do is click that link. And once you click that link, you will officially be able to add any video on YouTube to that playlist, and I'll do a reaction just for you. But either ways, guys, without further ado, let's get right into this video.
There are 195 countries on Earth as
Really?
recognized by the UN, with literally millions of different variables. How on earth can you definitively select a single country to be subjectively the best in the world?
I have
When
no
you
idea.
search for best country in the world for X and best country for Y, there are a few select countries which you will see keep reappearing. It tends to be wealthy, peaceful, politically stable countries with high quality of life, usually in Europe. The United States could be considered the greatest country in the world, as it is the richest in terms of economy size, has the most powerful military, and is home to most of the world's most successful, powerful, and wealthy companies. The US's influence on the world is like nothing we have seen before in modern times. However, it does fall short in so many different areas. Being a country of this magnitude and population has many drawbacks. The US ranks poorly in terms of peacefulness, crime, average life expectancy, obesity rates, healthcare, cleanliness, and overall quality of life. When looking at characteristics that determine if a country is great or not, there is one country who often ranks in the top 10, 5, and even number 1. Denmark. The Kingdom of Denmark is bordered by the Baltic and North Seas in northern Europe. It comprises the Jutland Peninsula and close to 400 islands, 80 of which are populated. Denmark is connected to its neighbour, Sweden, by the Øresund Bridge.
What is that? Yo! Ain't no way! I take the plane. I'm not going on that. How? I'm not. No. Imagine driving on that thing, bro. This gotta be at least 15 minutes worth of driving. This just has to be. This is a drone footage. This has to be around 15-minute worth of driving, bro. Like, imagine you accidentally.
The two countries share many cultural and historical elements, as well as having a very similar language. Denmark has a population of around 5.6 million, and the capital is Copenhagen. Situated on Zealand, it is the most densely populated part of the country, with over 1.3 million inhabitants. Denmark is a constitutional monarchy, and the current head of state is Queen Margaret II. Denmark is also a member state of the European Union, but opted out of the euro in favour of its own currency. Its national flag is the oldest in the world, still in use. At just 43,000 kilometres, Denmark is a very small country. In fact, it is the 130th largest in the world. However, if you include the entire Kingdom of Denmark, which includes...
What I'm trying to figure out, though, is Denmark actually smaller than Finland? Because according to him, with that population of 1 point something million in Copenhagen, like Finland has like by 6 mil, close to 6 mil or close to, I don't remember if it's close to 5 or close to 6, but I think it's close to 6 mil. And Sweden has close to 9 or 8 mil people. So
Greenland and the Faroe Islands, then it would be the 12th largest. So what exactly makes Denmark so great, and could it actually be crowned the best country in the world? Well, first of all, the lifestyle in Denmark is very human orientated, with an emphasis on culture, education, and social programs. All of these factors contribute to a very high standard of living in Denmark. So let's hop over to numbeo.com, which is a crowdsourced global database website. On this website, there are many different rankings and indexes which can help us to see which countries are the best and worst to live in. So in the traffic index, for example, the lower you score, the better. This particular index takes 3 different variables into account, and Denmark ranks as the 4th best in the world. In the pollution index, which takes into account things like air and water quality, noise and light pollution, and green space quality, Denmark ranks 7th. so not the best in the world, but sitting comfortably in the top 10. And
Right.
considering they are competing against 194 other countries, it is in fact a very impressive result. For the healthcare index, Denmark ranks as having the 5th best in the world, only behind Taiwan, a special administrative region of China.
So you're trying to tell me that, what? Second best in Europe?
South Korea, Japan, and France. And finally, Numbeo ranks Denmark as having the 2nd highest quality of life in the world, only
What?
behind Switzerland, which is another contender for the best country on earth, in my opinion. In a recent video, we detailed the most and least corrupt nations on earth via an index which was created by Transparency.org. Every year, this organisation ranks every nation on earth based on their corruption levels. Denmark, alongside New Zealand, ranked as the least corrupt countries on the planet. Every year for the last decade, Denmark has ranked as either the least or 2nd least corrupt nation on Earth, and in 1999 achieved a perfect score of 10 out of 10. When it comes to the Global Peace Index for 2021, Denmark ranks as the 3rd highest in the world, only behind New Zealand and Iceland, 2 very neutral, secluded countries. Denmark is surrounded by many other countries and pretty much in between the UK and Russia, meaning if there ever was a war, and fingers crossed there isn't, Denmark would be slap bang in the middle. As Denmark is part of NATO, this means they could get involved, thus the reason why they do not rank as number 1. Denmark is a relatively wealthy nation. With a population of less than 6 million, of course it can't compete with the likes of France, Germany or the UK, but it does stand its ground very well. Ranking as the 35th largest economy in the world, above the likes of Egypt and the Philippines, whose populations are roughly 18 times
Wait, hold
larger.
on. So you trying to tell me Egypt going, man, Egypt going heavy? I had no idea. I've never actually, checked the economy ratings of the world, but that's solid for Egypt right there. That's pretty solid.
And much bigger in terms of country size. If we were to divide their GDP by their population, then we would get their GDP per capita, which comes in at around $68,000, the 7th highest in the world. To no surprise, Denmark ranks as having the 5th highest average salary in the world, only behind Luxembourg, Iceland, Switzerland and the US respectively. Speaking of salaries and careers, which country do you think ranked as having the best work-to-life balance? Yep, you guessed it, Denmark. The key indicators used were share of employees working longer than 50 hours per week, time devoted to leisure, and comparing the scores with respect to gender. Now, although Denmark has the best work-life balance in the world, they still managed to rank in the top 10 for best countries for doing business, ranking in 7th place, putting them above the likes of Switzerland, Australia, and Singapore. Additionally, they just make the top 10 for best countries in the world for startups. Being startup friendly allows for creativity.
Hold on, you're lying to me now. UK, Canada, Israel in the startup, India in the startup, Germany in the startup. That's tight. Okay. Poland, Malaysia, Sweden, Denmark. Dang, in the startup, sheesh, that's nice.
Competition and improves human ingenuity, which in turn can advance the human race, especially when startups revolve around fighting climate change and using green energy. A recent study by Yale University investigated 180 countries around the world to see who has the cleanest air quality. The index reflects the state of nature, biodiversity, combating climate change, public health, and the effects of the economy on the environment. Denmark, with a score of 82.5 out of 100, ranked as being the best in the world, placing them above Luxembourg, Switzerland, the UK and France respectively. So far Denmark is ranking extremely high and even winning very important rankings when it comes to analysing just how great a country is. So it comes to absolutely no surprise that the Danes rank as being the 2nd happiest on earth, only behind Finland. Now, this index doesn't mean that people literally walk around with smiles on their faces all day and do not have problems of their own, but it does factor in many different variables that contribute to a happy, healthy, worry-free life and community. Another list where Denmark features in the top 10 is their education system, ranking as the 8th best in the world. Another interesting index is the Good Country Index. Now, what exactly is the Good Country Index? The Good Country Index measures what countries contribute to the world outside their own borders, and what they take away as well. It's their balance sheet towards humanity and the planet. Denmark just misses out on the top spot, only placing behind their neighbours, Sweden. Now, this next one took us by surprise when looking at their HDI ranking, which is the Human Development Index, which takes into account things like life expectancy, expected years of schooling, mean of years of schooling for education, and growth.
Yeah, they definitely got to be high in this one because I just did a video recently. I'll pin it right here, and it was about Denmark actually having 4 schools, you know, so yeah, kind of expected.
National income per capita for standard of living. Denmark ranks as number 10, which of course is a fantastic result, but when looking at all of the indexes we've already analysed, we were expecting them to easily make the top 5. It is worth noting, however, Denmark has dropped 6 places over the last few years. Now, this might not be the fact that Denmark is becoming a worse country, but possibly due to other countries improving at a faster pace, and therefore eclipsing the Danes. Now, of course, Denmark, just like any other country in the world, is not perfect. For example, they score very poorly when it comes to climate, not too great for the crime index and life expectancy compared to other nations. Although Denmark doesn't have a particularly bad climate and experiences little to no extreme weather, compared to other countries in Europe like Spain and Portugal, it falls extremely short. Denmark rank as having the 32nd highest average life expectancy in the world. Again, not too bad, but considering they are a very well developed country who top many quality of life indexes, you would expect this to be much higher. But overall, Denmark does score impressively in so many different categories. It may not be perfect, but it certainly ranks as one of, if not the best countries in the world to live in. If any of our viewers are from Denmark, then please let us know what it is actually like. Thank you so much for watching.
That's crazy with the life expectancy. I was expecting that to be mad high, but either ways, it is what it is. But I think Denmark is a solid country based off of all of these analytics that he just dropped on me. So y'all can let me know what y'all think about Denmark. And if you are from Denmark, rep your country in the comment section and flex. I got the greatest country in the world. But either ways, guys, thank you for watching. I am out of here. Peace.